Latin American music, musical traditions of Mexico, Central America, and the portions of South America and the Caribbean colonized by the Spanish and the Portuguese. These traditions reflect the distinctive mixtures of Native American, African, and European influences that have shifted throughout the region over time. Music and dance are interdependent, and to some extent dance is part of the music story, especially in the sacred and secular folk realm. As folk dances transformed into social and ballroom dances current around the world in the 21st century, and as popular music traveled with emigrants, Latin American music and dance have become important in other places, especially the United States. The music of Latin America refers to music originating from Latin America, namely the Romance-speaking countries and territories of the Americas and the Caribbean south of the United States. Vocal and dance forms of Latin American music. Latin American instruments are extremely useful in adding life, color, and variety to their many vocal and dance forms which have captured the world's attention and have been enthusiastically adopted. In the Philippines, many of these characteristics have been taken in, particularly in the Brazilian bossa nova, cha-cha, rumba, and the Argentine tango. Other dance forms became locally popular especially in the 1960s and 1970s until the arrival of disco and rock music. However, the original Latin dance forms have been experiencing constant revivals of their popularity especially in ballroom dancing.
On 5.
Cumbia. Originating in Panama and Colombia, the cumbia became a popular courtship dance with European and African instrumentation and characteristics. It contained varying rhythmic meters in different locations, 2/4 meter in Colombia, 2/4, 4/4, and 6/8 meters in Panama, and 2/2 meter in Mexico. Instruments used in cumbia music are the drums of African origin, such as the tabara, bass drum, claves, a pair of thick hardwood sticks struck together to set the beat, guitar, accordion, clarinet, modern flute, and caja, a type of snare drum. Tango. The word tango may have been of African origin meaning African dance or from the Spanish word tainer meaning to play, an instrument. It is a foremost Argentinian and Uruguayan urban popular song and dance that is related to the Cuban contradanza, habanero, and Cuban tango, and remains a 20th century nationalistic Argentinian piece of music that is most expressive. Its main development was in the slum areas of Buenos Aires, and eventually became fashionable in Parisian society in the early part of the 20th century, as well as in England and other parts of Western Europe. During the 1890s, the working class of Buenos Aires, Argentina came across a new kind of rhythm known as the tango, whose choreographic steps followed the dance trend of the Viennese waltz and the polka involving close contact between the male and female dancers. Tango later became more intellectual in the 1940s when more poetic lyrics were inserted and allowed little freedom. Later in the 1960s, more improvisation and movement were incorporated into the form, allowing the singers and dancers more room for creative expressions. Cha-cha. The cha-cha is a ballroom dance that originated in Cuba in 1953, derived from the mambo and its characteristic rhythm of 2 crochets, 3 quavers, quaver rest, with a syncopation on the 4th beat. The cha-cha may be danced with Cuban music, Latin pop, or Latin rock. The Cuban cha-cha, considered more sensual that may contain polyrhythmic patterns, has a normal count of 2, 3, cha-cha-cha and 4 and 1, 2, 3. Rumba. The rumba, popular recreational dance of Afro-Cuban origin, performed in a complex duple meter pattern and tresillo, which is a dotted quaver, dotted semi-quaver rhythm. It is normally used as a ballroom dance where a solo dancer or couple would be in an embrace though slightly apart, with the rocking of the hips to a fast-slow sequence and often containing cross rhythms. There is a repetitive melody with an ostinato pattern played by the maracas, claves, and other Cuban percussion instruments. It contains jazz elements that became a model for the cha-cha, mambo, and other Latin American dances. It was also used for concert music, as it appeared in the second piano concerto of the French composer Darius Milhaud. Bossa nova. Bossa Nova originated in 1958 to 59 as a movement affecting a radical change in the classic Cuban samba. The word bossa comes from the Brazilian capital of Rio de Janeiro, which means either trend or something charming, integrating melody, harmony, and rhythm into a swaying feel, where the vocal style is often nasal. The nylon-stringed classical guitar is the most important instrument of this style. Bossa Nova contains themes centering on love, women, longing, nature, and youthfulness. Bossa Nova emerged in the 1950s when a slower, gentler version of the samba became popular with the upper and middle-class sectors of society. It was music for easy and relaxed listening, conducive to romantic dates and quiet moments at the lounges. A foremost figure of Bossa Nova is Antonio Carlos Jobim, who became famous with his song Desafinado, 1957. He collaborated with Vinícius de Moraes in the play Orfeu de Conseco, 1956, musical recording of Canco do Amor Dima, 1958, and the song Garota de Ipanema or Girl from Ipanema, 1962, that turned Bossa Nova's popularity into a worldwide phenomenon. In the Philippine pop music scene, City Navarro is a singer who has become known as the Philippines' Queen of Bossa Nova. Some of her Bossa Nova songs include Reggae is an urban popular music and dance style that originated in Jamaica in the mid-1960s. It contained English text coupled with Creole expressions that were not so familiar to the non-Jamaican. It was a synthesis of Western American, Afro-American, popular music and the traditional Afro-Jamaican music, containing a Western-style melodic harmonic bass with African sounds and characteristics, American pop and rock music mannerisms, and a preference for a loud volume in the bass. The best-known proponent of reggae music is Bob Marley, a Jamaican singer-songwriter, musician, and guitarist. He achieved international fame and acclaim for songs such as One Love, Three Little Birds, No Woman, No Cry, Redemption Song, and Stir It Up. Foxtrot. The foxtrot is a 20th-century social dance that originated after 1910 in the USA. It was executed as a one-step, two-step, and syncopated rhythmic pattern. The tempo varied from 30 to 40 bars per minute and had a simple duple meter with regular 4-bar phrases. There was no fixed step pattern, instead borrowing from other dance forms and having a simple forward or backward sequence. The foxtrot gave rise to other dances such as the black bottom, Charleston, and shimmy.